Hello, this is Danik. We're here at my base in the current playthrough of Astral Engineering by Elfinlux. Just wanted to show off my base a little bit since I had a couple people asking what this base looked like, so how about we look around? Anyway, this is the top of the base. This is just where I do right now all my Astral Sorcery and a little bit of Mana Artifice. One of my ritual is set up here. I'm using metal ritual runes so that I don't have to keep drawing it. I do have installed some elevators to get around the base easily. Let's go down a level. And this is kind of my magic enchantment area, as well as some of my equipment storage, and formerly enchantment storage, but I don't really keep those in here anymore. I have a few of the ancient tomes up here still, but most of the enchantments are stored in another place, and I'll show that. Let's see, yeah, this is in a lighthouse that I've appropriated, so there's one of the stairways to go up to the top. I've just kind of filled it in, and it looks a little cramped, but at least it works for what I have up in this level. Let's go down one more. And this is kind of like my Mana and Artifice mana weaving area. I do a lot of my Mana and Artifice constructs and rune handling over here. I also have some other miscellaneous storage for food and some plants and botanicals, as well as some of my own personal equipment and just leftover stuff. And of course I have my brewery in case I get thirsty. And then go down one more level, and the main part of the base is here. This is kind of the real neat part because it's underwater. It was just a natural cave that butted up against the edge of this ocean area. And I can go into the ocean, and I just built all around this natural structure here. It was really cool. And I think it gives me enough space to do everything I need in this playthrough, so we'll just have to see. So anyway, this is the storage area. Of course, if you're familiar with drawers, this is the storage drawers nod. I decided to put all of my storage in this little segment. And then this part back here is kind of the first part of the base. It does most of my ore processing and anything related to tinkers, as well as some basic cooking and whatnot. Got my guardian llamas here keeping things under order. So go back over here, and I've got some of my create and some other immersive engineering stuff out here. Got digging on mining, or shall I say, pumping up my oil. This particular chunk has over 11 million buckets, or 11,000 buckets worth of petroleum here. Yeah, right now it's 11.2. Pretty nice. I have just a little garden over here. I've been to the end recently. I found these little blocks are really, really handy for making lights, and found out you can grow them. So I'm growing them here, and just been putting them all over the base to light it up. Looks really nice. At least I think it does. Still working on various parts of the base. Some of it's still unfinished because I just haven't expanded into those areas yet. This area over here is right now my basic Botania area. Just using some hydrangeas, or hydrangeas. I don't know how they pronounce that one. It's just kind of a weird flower name. And it's just really slowly giving me mana. I've already filled up 4 pools plus, let's see, yeah, several other mana tablets worth of mana. And just kind of getting some more pools filled up. So by the time I get into doing some work with Botania, I'll at least have a good head start on what I have here with my mana. This blank area here I'm reserving for when I get into applied energistics, when I start setting up my centralized storage system. This area right here is kind of in the middle of the base. If you look at my map, you'll see that it's this U shape is kind of the whole cave, and so I'm kind of reserving this area for applied energistics, just so it's a nice centralized location. So when I start branching out all the automation, it can go both ways. I won't have to branch out so far away from my what is it, the core of the thing, the controller. Now over here is where I do my petroleum processing. I decided to do it over here. This is the refinery controller, and I've already labeled it. I'm using some of the aphorism tiles from Pneumaticraft for that. Looks really cool. So, and it's actually working. It doesn't look like it's doing much, but it is doing some work right now. You can kind of see it blinking there. And it's got a pretty decent temperature, but I've already Got all the pipes read up. I'm having everything processed as an end product for gasoline. And I've got all of these containers over here storing that. I know it's a lot, but I don't have very high tier fluid tanks right now. Maybe later, once I get the third or fourth tier, I might be able to compile this down to like 1 or 2 tanks. But I did want to have a whole bunch of gas ready, so when I get my main, shall I say, my step 3 power gen going from the base, I'll have it all out here, and I'll have plenty of gas to feed it. I'm thinking on dynamos right now, but we'll see. Right now I have just a regular mechanical thing from Create, just generating some power through alternating dynamos, and just feeding a stack of capacitors I've set up. Just doing some basic power feeding through the base. This feeds the pump jack as well as a charging station and a couple other little things like item placers and whatnot. And then, yeah, this is the more unfinished branch of the base, and I just use mushrooms that have glowy abilities just to keep it lit up. And it looks like they're spreading on me. Down here, I'm going to have this be my Twilight Portal once I get a mana diamond. And down here is a secret. I'm not going to explain that too much. It's just, oh yeah, I do collect. I have Pokeballs, and I've been collecting various Pokeballs in here, and that's kind of my little storage area for them. And then, let's see, this is just my create stuff, and just chests here and there. Now over here is my Pneumaticraft processing area, where I have my pressurized chamber and my vacuum chamber. And for those of you who like to play with enchantments, you might like to try out the vacuum chamber, because it is very handy as far as pulling off enchantments and sticking them on the books for you. So if you find that awesome piece of armor that you've knocked off of a mob, and it has some really nice enchantments you'd like to put on one of your own pieces of armor, then this is exactly the thing that the doctor ordered, because you can just set up a vacuum chamber, and on your input put the item itself plus the books to extract the items, and it'll actually take it off. Like, it already took the unbreaking off, and now it's going to take the protection off. And now I have the books automatically storing into this enchantment library, and this is where all my enchantments go. Which is, if you guys like to store enchantments, this is the place to do it. You have pretty much every enchantment that you found in the game, and then you can select, say, if you want protection. It tells you what it has, the highest level you found, and how many points you've stored in it. So you can keep storing more enchantments in here. And then when you want an enchantment, just click it. And you just choose the level that you want. There's protection 4, protection 5, 6, 7, which is the highest one I found. And you can also put it back in if you don't want it. Get your points back. But that's a really nice device. I like it. So, anyway, that's pretty much it for my base. I hope you end up liking it. There's still some more stuff I'm going to do with it. And I will tell you any updates if I have any to share. So anyway, thank you very much for checking this out, and I'll see you again some other time. Later!